We've built it up just to fall apart. Try to leave them wanting more. As we scream and we fight, carry on through the night. But the problem is never the cure. Every day we try to pray better than the lies and the sins. All the love, all the hate feel like one and the same. I only sink before I swim. I swear this time is gonna be the last one, gonna be the last one. Oh, whoa, this time is gonna be the last one, gonna be the last one. Oh, whoa. I'll forget all the dreams that we told our hearts and the pain that's there to start. Try to find what is safe from the scars that replace, like the faithful that converts. I swear this time is gonna be the last one, gonna be the last one. Oh, whoa, this time is gonna be the last one, gonna be the last one. Oh, whoa, I'm standing proud, we sing it out, the Legion of the Underground. This time is gonna be the last one, gonna be the last one. Oh, whoa.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Mavericks in Dallas. And guys, for the Mavericks, this team is really coming together. Over the last few games, more confidence, better decision-making, quicker to the ball, really showing what they're capable of when they gain momentum. Tonight, we'll see if they can maintain it. Battling it out tonight, two offenses that tend to live and die by the three. Shaq, do you think the league is becoming too perimeter-oriented?
Yeah, Kenny knows this. He has 2 rings, I have 4. Championship-level teams usually challenge you outside and inside. You got to keep the defense guessing, Ernie.
Well, the perimeter offenses have become a lot more sophisticated. 25 feet from the baskets, it's hard to impose your physicality against anyone on the defensive
There's
end.
nothing sophisticated about jacking up 83s in the game.
Well, you know what? It's hard to be physical when guys are not even coming near you.
For a guy who liked to shoot the three, would you like to be playing today?
I would, not to toot my own horn.
Go ahead, toot yours.
But I'm going to toot it. I would average easily a 20-point game. Easily 20 a game. Being able to take the amount of threes that they're able to take, 20 would be, I would be disappointed.
Drown him out.
I would be so disappointed if I didn't get 20 every night. This is the easiest era to play it. How can you shoot up 23s and call yourself a point guard? So, this is ridiculous. Any scrub can play in this era. Kevin, anybody can play in this era, Kevin. Anybody.
It's Western Conference time for the traveling Golden State Warriors today. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Playoffs homestand ends here for the Mavericks as they get ready to hit the road. A great start to the season for them, notching 3 wins to tip it off.
And when I look at Dallas, it's been a disastrous start to the season for them. They can't buy a win.
Yeah, they can't really afford to slip any farther down in the standings because, let's face it, they don't have the firepower to dig themselves out of too deep a hole once they're in it.
It's no longer a surprise. A couple rookies, Doris, who we thought would take some time to develop, are already contributing.
It's no question about it, and more rookies are being asked to play a larger role in their particular teams. And I think what you have to be struck by is the fact that we're not talking about 21 and 22-year-old rookies anymore, Kevin. We're talking about guys that have very limited collegiate experience, and yet everyone wants an immediate return. And I think it's nothing more than a sign of the times. Guys are dreaming about the NBA from the time they first pick up a ball, and what we get is the result of that.
Now Golden State's starting 5. Thompson and Durant fill out the perimeter. Jones is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Cook in at the point. Smith with it. Outside Jordan. Pass to Barnes. 14 feet away. Nice touch on the bank shot.
This is something we've seen from Harrison Barnes since his collegiate days at North Carolina, the capacity to light it up from mid-range.
Durant, no good.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Nice open look, but it's no good. And it's Durant, that time on the assist from Cook. Durant's got his first basket of the night.
Absolutely no mercy right now from Kevin Durant in transition. Those long strides, that's an easy bucket.
Doncic passes to Smith. And Smith gets double-teamed, down low. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
And Green slams it in.
Boy, you love to see the lift Draymond Green gets on these dunks. Once he's established, forget about it.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Rockets. Nobody near Barnes. Off target with the open look.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Yes, that goes in.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
But, Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
Here's Smith. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Here's Doncic. Gets a very good look and converts. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
Well, just tremendous awareness from Dennis Smith Jr. Recognizing a teammate is open, let me make the game easy for him.
Durant got it, and he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
It's stolen by Jones. Durant in the corner. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's now 8 points for Kevin Durant.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Jordan dishes to Doncic. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight, 3 for 4. The Warriors have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Draymond Green obviously gives you a lot of things, Doris, but what really jumps out on the stat sheet are the assists he picks up.
I think Draymond Green would tell you that it's helpful to have terrific scorers around you, but what this young guy does have is incredible vision, an unselfish and focused mindset. Draymond Green is an asset to any organization.
And the first one drops.
Well, let's remember that Draymond Green was drafted in the second round, but that competitive fire runs deep, and he has memorized the names of the 34 players selected ahead of him. Talk about holding a grudge.
Both free throws good from Green. And despite all his success, Draymond continues to play with a chip on his shoulder.
Well, there remains, Kevin, a desire to prove his critics wrong, and it served as great fuel to keep this guy hungry and focused.
And Durant comes to help. Knocks it loose. Clock at 6. And it's Barnes with the ball for Dallas. Trailing by 4. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
And typically, the better they know each other, the more competitive they become. And expect this first meeting to be extremely spirited.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. When Dennis Smith Jr. gets going, Doris, you can just see the explosiveness he has.
Oh, Kev, I mean, I'll tell you, the burst is amazing. And what I like is he will dunk over any player, and if necessary, dunk through a player.
Let's get though. Got us right though. We ain't late, no. I ain't got no time though. Only got one night though. We get twice though. It's lit. At the night show.
Looking here at some numbers for Doncic. He's one of the standouts over the last month. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Now, here is Smith. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And here's Barnes for 3. He can't get it to go. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that 3.
Right, exactly, Greg. When the shots from the perimeter are not falling, I think you've got to go take it inside. It's as simple as that. They never altered their game plan, and it resulted in a loss.
The offensive prowess of Kevin Durant. We knew it even back in high school, but winning the NBA scoring title at age 21, Doris, that really sealed the deal.
Yeah, in fact, Kevin, becoming the youngest player to ever win a scoring title. He's obviously gone on to do it multiple times. And to me, where he's really advanced is his ability to make plays for the teammates around him. Kevin Durant prides himself on affecting winning at both ends of the floor.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Off to a fantastic start. He's 4 for 5. Watch out.
Here's Durant. Good. Durant's got 15.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Green. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. He's got 8.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Mavericks trail by 9. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at the Warriors. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And checking out Dallas. They're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
And you know, for the Mavericks, their season has been exactly the kind of misadventure their fans were afraid it might be.
And with the major changes we know are coming, now you have players fighting for their jobs, trying to prove they deserve to be here beyond the end of this season.
So it's the Mavericks now, following the score by Golden State. The shot's good from Jordan.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Smith outside. Here's Doncic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
He's knocked down 3/4 of his foul shots this season, so he's right around 75%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Both shots good from the stripe. For the Dallas Mavericks, it's been a rough couple years, but Doris, you get the sense that this lull is just temporary.
And the reason you think that's because when you combine great coaching with great management, you know you're going to make the right decision more often than not. So it's never easy to turn over an aging roster, but they hit big time on Dennis Smith Jr. And overall, I think the arrow is pointing up with this organization.
Here's Jordan. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Smith outside. Over in the corner, Doncic. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. He almost never get that wide open a look.
Durant kicks to Jones. Shot from the low block. And Durant finishes inside. Durant's got 19 points.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Dallas calls timeout.
Well, it's been a pretty strong start to Dennis Smith Jr.'s career. He knows he has work to do, right? You've got to cut down on the over-dribbling as you adjust to the team system. But I think what you like is the coach also says the team needs to adjust to his play style. He's the future leader here.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Barnes. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Smith. Different look here for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Jones. Urebko comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Cook.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And they're able to recover. Count that one.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Berea with a wide open look, cans the shot from the wing.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Livingston passes to Urebko. It's deflected.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
Pass to Livingston. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
To the inside, Berea. And they pick up 2. Berea's got his second basket of the game.
I'll tell you, don't let the diminutive size fool you. This guy is not intimidated and can get his shot in the painted area.
The shot's good from Urebko.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
The call will go against Urebko. That is his first foul of the game. We talk about positionless basketball, swingmen very much in demand. Players who go, Doris, around 6'6", 6'8", 6'9", who can do a little bit of everything.
Well, I think if you look at an organization like the Boston Celtics, who seems to have put its roster very much in mind, together with the idea that you've got to have switchability almost across the board. The Jason Tatum, the Jaylen Brown fit into that description absolutely perfectly. Long, athletic, can guard multiple positions. Switching screens has become such an integral part of NBA defenses, Kevin, that the idea of versatility is valued on both ends.
Here's Doncic following the score by Golden State. Kleba, no good. And the pass to Looney. That one misses. And it's Dallas the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And how about the effort that they put forth in that game, playing just lockdown D?
Well, you know what they say, defense wins championships, and they made a huge effort to shut them down.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
That's great, David. Thanks for the kind of tough D they're facing today. He's hoping they can get off to a quick start.
And it's essential. When you're facing a strong defensive team, the last thing you can afford to do is fall behind early.
Agreed, Greg, because you're not going to mount a comeback against these guys. A strong first half is absolutely essential if they're going to win this thing.
And so here is Dallas. The Warriors making the shot. The shot by Powell, no good. A minute 50 left here in the opening quarter. The shot's good from Urebko. Urebko's got 12 in the game.
Well, it's the size that Livingston presents at the point guard spot that's so unique. This guy is terrific, finding the open man.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Berea. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's putting up 9 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
Here's Finney-Smith. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Doncic.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass. They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game. And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Inside, it's deflected. And it's the Warriors on the break. Thompson with the ball. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Livingston's got his third basket of the night right there.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Mejri comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Devin Harris is subbed in for Doncic. Jordan Bell's checked in for Golden State. Here's Harris. Down low. Changes up. Here's Barea. Lays it up and banks it in. Barea's got 8 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And it's in there. And the Warriors lead by 19.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, how about the guy, undrafted, undersized guard out of Puerto Rico? What a career J.J. Barea has made for himself.
The Mavericks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's stolen by Barea. And so it's the Golden State Warriors. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels. And it's gotten them up big. Back right after this. Kevin Durant provided insight into the chemistry of a team chock full of competitors.
You know, it's times where we argue and times where guys want to, throw blows, but that's a part of just being around guys for so long. And, but it's fun. It's fun learning more about yourself as a leader, as a player, and I think that's my next evolution.
And the mix of personalities for this Warriors team, part of what makes them tick.
Different leadership voices, all committed to winning. And I think within that mix, Durant is able to find his place and his voice.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, you really like the activity on the defensive end. Outstanding jumping into passing lanes and coming up with steals.
They've got Devin Harris. Dwight Powell is out there with Mejri. Then there's J.J. Barea, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. 5 on the clock. Here's Mejri. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. Doris, look in your crystal ball. 5 years from now, who do you think will be the 2-3 best players in the NBA?
Well, certainly some of the names. I won't say this is a definitive list, but as long as health holds, I'm going to give you 3 men who are going to be bad men in the NBA for a long time. Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the Greek freak is able at his size to handle it, take it off the window, and dominate action in transition. If he gets a consistent jump shot, forget about it. Ben Simmons, exactly the same thing. His passing ability is extraordinary. I think you'll see him get a low post game, and I think he'll get a jump shot, and he will be unguardable. And one of my absolute favorites is Mr. Joel Embiid. Give it to you inside, give it to you outside. Mr. Embiid can handle it. He can dominate with his defense. Those three men are going to be all-stars for a long, long time.
Doris, with Jordan Bell comes a highlight reel dunk waiting to happen.
You never know what could happen in transition with the tremendously athletic Jordan Bell. This guy's a high flyer, big-time fan favorite, and I love that despite the flash in his game, this guy is a grounded, high-character individual.
Here's Barea after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. And here's Barea. 14 points from him the last game against Utah.
Yeah, I was also struck by how well he shared the basketball. He created a lot of easy buckets with that passing ability.
Now here's Barea. Back to Harris. Another shot. And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Got a piece of it. Down low, here's Mejri. Pass to Finney-Smith. Powell for three. Buries it from 3-point. Powell's got 9.
Listen, what we know is this guy is a good finisher, and Powell now trying to extend that range, make people respect him out beyond the arc.
Feeds it to Barea. That's tipped. Iguodala outside. Some solid defense from Harris.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot. And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Dallas calls timeout.
You know, in this era of the Golden State Warriors, it's easy to forget the lean years. Prior to this 6-year run, guys, the last time they had made it to the playoffs 4 consecutive seasons, 1952.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Barnes, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Matthews comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. Then for the Warriors, Green, he's checked in for Jerebko. Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Klay Thompson. And that one drops for him.
Working on his interior game, Smith Jr. is very aware he has what it takes to score from there.
Here's Green. The shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Smith outside. Ball's knocked loose to the inside. Harris. Rebounded by Bell. Warriors leading by 15. And it's Durant, that time on the assist from Cook. Cook's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, we know he's got takeover ability, and Kevin Durant is cooking right now.
Now here is Harris, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Durant with it. Matthews covering. That one goes. Count it.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Misses off the left iron. The Warriors have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Here's Durant. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Well, he's taking a lot of pressure off the other players right now with how well he's shooting it.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Smith finds Mesri, looking to end the run, and Matthews with the lay-in. Matthews has got his first points in this one.
Well, Matthews not just a perimeter scorer now. He's not afraid to mix it up inside.
Here's Cook. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Well, I think they're getting quality shots, and it's thanks to how aggressive they have been in this half.
Barnes outside, pulls up on the wing. It's rebounded by Golden State.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Durant, that's good.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Matthews, no one around him, misses the three.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
The shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Durant just inside the line. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists now in this one. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Durant.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
Harris, no good.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Dallas ball.
The three-point game, such a big part of the NBA. Let's see the best teams at it. The Warriors, number 1.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Smith drawn the double team to the paint. And that one drops. Matthews has got his second basket of the game.
The defense surrounding Matthews, he doesn't care. Just looks so comfortable inside.
And he gets the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here is Harris. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Durant, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Dallas gets called for the foul.
Well, Kevin Durant is so crafty. He is outstanding at forcing the issue and drawing fouls. You know, what you love about Kevin Durant is he has established himself as a top 2 player in the NBA. But the reality is he's never forgotten where he's come from. His charity work, his commitment to the communities and to the places that have shaped him, it's really kind of cool, Kevin.
The first free throw is good. And in 2013, there was a series of commercials calling Durant the nicest guy in the NBA.
Well, let's remember, Kevin, at that time he was a beloved figure in Oklahoma City. He remains tight with a number of staff members there just because of the kind of person and the kind of professional he was. What you love about Kevin Durant is he's a top 2 player in the NBA. But in terms of his charity work, he is right there as well.
He hits one and misses one each at the line. Of course, at times out there, things get a little heated. Some people feel like the whistle's being blown too quickly on some of these technical fouls. What do you think?
I would actually completely disagree, Kevin. I think there are certain players who are given far too much latitude and others for whom the whistle does come too quickly. So I think it would be better and more helpful to the officials, the teams, and also the fans to understand what is and what does cross a line, because to me there's no consistency, there's a lot of confusion, and I think it works both ways. Sometimes too long of a leash, sometimes too short.
Excellent appraisal. Here's Smith. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Over in the corner, Barnes. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 8th assist here tonight.
I'll tell you, the thing about Barnes, sometimes struggles to create the tight handle he continues to work on, really thrives when it's catch and shoot.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Draymond Green. 6th in steals, and such a great distributor and decision maker, among the top 10 in assists per game.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Here's Cook, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, the multi-time scoring champion Kevin Durant is showing you he has got as complete a game as there is in the NBA. What a pretty pass.
Now, here is Smith. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the vertical of Jordan, easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Doncic is checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Golden State also making a change. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Sean Livingston.
Shooting one.
Free throw good, Green.
Well, you love just the versatility of Draymond Green's game. He can score it, he can pass it, he can board it, and we know he's one of the elite defenders in the NBA.
Now, here is Smith. Doncic kicks to Kleba. Misses the layup.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Kevin Durant makes that dunk look easy. He's so big, you can't do anything about it.
Dallas has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. J.J. Barea is checked in for Smith. Now Barea, 10 points for him. Jordan kicks to Barea. On the wing, Barnes. No good on the 3. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Golden State. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Durant. Looney's checked in for Durant. Barea, the pass to Doncic. Klay Thompson grabs the miss. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
The Warriors shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
That's good from Cook. The Dallas Mavericks last season could not have been more disappointing, Doris.
Well, you think about management for this organization, Kevin. They had tried to avoid a rebuild. But at some point, every franchise probably has to go through it. And one of the things you must have in a rebuild is patience.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. And so Cook nails both of them. Mavericks shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Barea finds Barnes. To the middle. Here's Kleba. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Left block shot on the way.
Well, outstanding contest on the shot, and then he's positioned perfectly to go after the rebound.
Here's Doncic. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
and certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over him.
Green. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Mavericks shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And that's what Jordan does best, an extremely lethal dunker.
Green, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Green's got 9 points now in the quarter.
I know how popular threes are in the NBA, but boy, you can't do better than those quality looks in the paint.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And stolen by Jordan. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Boy, you can't pin their struggles today on him. He's been on fire from the field.
Here's Thompson, and he lays it straight in. Thompson's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Passes it to Barea. Pass to Kleba. Now, here's Doncic. Misses the 3. There's 38 seconds left now here in the second. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Warriors have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Taking 2 shots.
Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good. A different look for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Harrison Barnes. And the Warriors also making a change. Jerebko's checked in for Green. And so Cook nails both of them.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Right wing, and here's Barea outside. It's rebounded by Golden State.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
But they get it back. And it's Cook missing.
Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though.
Now the pass to Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points, 2 rebounds, and 4 steals. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, KD owned the first half, but we suspected that might happen. He's had everything he's needed to be great for a long time. But that first championship, it just gave him more confidence to the best player possibly on the planet.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie, giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half, Durant and Green are the forwards. Thompson is out there with Cook, and it's Jones in at the 5, home in the paint.
Well, there are certain guys that you identify as the prototypical 3-and-D player, and Wesley Matthews is one of those guys. I love that he prides himself on his ability to guard elite wings and the kind of deep range he has, even in critical moments of games. This guy's a big-time guy.
Back to Smith. Bobs it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, Dennis Smith Jr. is so good at pick-and-roll situations, understanding how to pass around the defender.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
One shot.
That's going to send Kevin Durant to the line. Harrison Barnes picks one up. Well, for Matthews, he does most of his offensive work from outside, but Doris has more to his game than just that.
Well, I think the thing that I think of when I think of Wesley Matthews is how hard this guy works. And yes, he started as an offensive perimeter threat, but he's dedicated himself to rounding out his game, and you love that from a veteran. Well, back-to-back titles for the Golden State Warriors since the arrival of Kevin Durant. You think about the Western Conference Finals a year ago, the Rockets gave them a run for their money, but no one able to impede the progress of this championship procession.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, guys, we have got in the NBA.
The tireless work ethic, the passion. He's a guy the team relies on for that.
Here's Smith. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Here's Doncic. From outside, off the mark. And through last season, the Warriors boasting the most wins of any team, Doris, over a 5-year span in NBA history.
They are simply shattering records for wins left and right, and if they keep this core together, there's no sign that this is going to slow down anytime soon.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Jordan the pass to Doncic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
How about Kevin Durant on the dribble drive? What to do with this guy? He's got so many ways he can hurt you.
The Mavericks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Here's Jordan, and slam dunk by Jordan.
This guy's pulling his weight tonight. The guys around him need to pick up the slack and start following his lead.
And then Durant with the dunk.
KD is a force of nature. Sensational dunk at the rim.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Smith. He has 7. Pass to Doncic. The drive by Smith. And there's the feed to Barnes. Just 4 to shoot. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Really nice bucket. And I guess it should be. Barnes with that $94 million max deal.
The baseline J. And it's Durant, that time on the assist from Cook. Cook's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Down low, here's Doncic. The putback, and there's Jordan, putting it right back in. Jordan's got 18 points.
He has still not missed a shot. Where would they be today without him?
Matthews with the steal. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And there's the call on Durant. That's foul number 2 for him. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for the Warriors. It's stolen by Green. And Thompson kicks to Livingston. Again, what an avalanche!
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Pass to Doncic. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Doncic has got 20.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
20 feet out. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And good that time. 63 points for Kevin Durant.
And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
And Matthews kicks to Smith. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And for the Warriors, their shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable.
Boy, what a pretty move. And that's Kevin Durant's forte, right? This guy can find scoring opportunities anywhere.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Barnes outside. And it's off from three-point range.
He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no threes since then.
Durant. That shot off, so the Mavericks will take it the other way. Over in the corner, Doncic. And he gets it to go from the corner. Doncic has got 6 points in the quarter.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Measuring, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Harris comes in for Doncic. Bell, he's checked in for Golden State. Here's Thompson. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Wesley Matthews picks one up.
I think Kevin Durant has proven he's all about winning. He's going to do whatever it takes. This guy is a gamer. He can meet the biggest moments, and he's willing to grind. I just love watching this guy go.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
That free throw missing.
In today's NBA, we like to talk about that three-point shot. Well, the Dallas Mavericks, believe it or not, took the 4th most in the NBA last year.
And the second free throw, good. And the Mavs, Doris, not only took a lot of threes, they made a lot of threes.
Well, when you have shooters, the likes of Dirk Nowitzki, Wes Matthews, Doug McDermott, the list goes on, three-point shooting was the least of their worries last season.
Now, here is Smith. He's got 7, and that one's good. Barnes.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
And, yep, another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Smith with it. He's covered by Livingston. Smith finds Matthews. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Durant, and another one falls. Amazing.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And there's the call on Durant. That's his third foul of the game. Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in, and Golden State also making a change. Looney's checked in. Harris with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Just 5 on the clock. A 3 from Barnes. The Warriors pull it in. Livingston's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Over Barnes. Here's Looney. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And so far this season, it's been average at best at the line, only 71% as a shooter.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Jerebko's checked in for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Thompson.
One shot.
And that one falls for Looney. Well, looking at this Warriors team, some say the best offensive team in NBA. Dort, would you agree?
I don't really love hair over this. They've got the best Kevin all-time shooter and Draymond Green, the mix we've seen. He was about.
Taking a look at the scoring right average 9.
Another triple, and that's the story of the second half.
But they have sleep dreaming shot from that to the heart out of opponent.
Gone with some range quarter 3. Measure and an assist. History. He has this guy is aggressive.
His team
Bell's not good.
Nothing like having excellent interior position, the athleticism to finish. Jordan Bell step to the mark.
Dunk and the foul for House who got a chance one to line. Then again, Drake Iguodala.
In the height, that much of it height was there's not a lot the defense could.
Max of his 2 free throw in the game can find for Devin. J.J. is checking for the Mavericks. And fall for Mavericks.
I think when you talk about Dallas Mavericks, it's not hard to think of the ownership. Driven, intelligent, committed, and the team has embodied the trait.
And the shot on. Jarrell. That ball coming on Iguodala. Rev got 7 point.
What a great look on Iguodala. He's unselfish. There's space for his guy. He's going to find him.
And even the Mavericks a couple of years ago, this franchise remained rocks.
Well, think about it. They've had consistency from the top down. It's a pioneering organization that's always looking at the next innovation. And remember, they have a very strong fan base.
Here's Barea following the score by Golden State. And he goes in for the dunk.
I'll tell you, that's pretty pass. Barea is a spark plug, and he seems to make teammates better whenever he's on the floor.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Craig? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Dallas has gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Harris passes to Mejri. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, a chance to check out Andre Iguodala. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's getting around 4 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
And And the first one drops.
Well, Steve Kerr has talked about the emotional and spiritual fatigue that can set in for a Warriors team that has now played in 4 straight finals. And remember, Steve Kerr knows a thing or two about this from his years with the Chicago Bulls. They simply have to fight through it.
He's off on the second. Well, Coach Steve Kerr looks to give his players breaks. Doris getting away from the game, what he calls filling their cup.
Well, I think, Kevin, it's mentally taxing, battling 10 months a year over and over again. And Steve is emphasizing it's important to have time away from basketball to recharge a bit.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Salah measure. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. The Warriors, number 1.
Are just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
So it's the Warriors now. Here's Livingston. Kleber with the rebound.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
Correa, he scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
I'll tell you, J.J. Barea has the ball on a string. Listen, we know he's got a diminutive size, but his movements on the dribble, that's a big man's game.
Shots good by Iguodala.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
And Looney sends it back. He can't hit that time. And for the Warriors, their shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. Here's Livingston. Bell trying to break loose. Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got 8 points.
Well, it's contagious, right? Jordan Bell finding his teammates, and he's willing to give it up.
Finney-Smith kicks to Barea. Wide open look, and the basket is good. Barea's got 4 points in the quarter. 1:41 left in the third quarter. And here's Iguodala outside. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Inside, here's Harris. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
That's good from Harris.
I think one thing you think about when you talk about Steve Kerr is how much he has relished having an opportunity to coach an amazing collection of talent. He knows more perhaps than most that great players are required to be successful. That doesn't mean it's an easy job. You've got to manage expectations year after year.
And Harris drops them both. Here's Golden State now. From deep, Iguodala. Kleber with the rebound.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
And Doris, you watch Kerr, he really has his own distinct coaching style.
How about Kevin? He once said that coaching is 90% creating environment and 10% strategy. Now listen, we know this guy is tremendous with X and O's, but there's something helpful about his sense of humor and his upfront, honest approach.
And so here is Dallas after the missed three from Iguodala. Barea, no good. Now here's Jerebko. He's tightly guarded. Drops in the short one. Jerebko's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Out to Harris. Lets it go with a three. Sinks the three-pointer.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
The shot's good from Jerebko. Jerebko's got 20 points.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
For the finish, and then Jerebko with the dunk.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now here's Barea. He's guarded closely. The pass to Kleba from deep. Offensive rebound. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. With the points he racked up that quarter, he has broken his season-high scoring mark already. We come back right after this. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, it's all about physical. It's all about physical. Make sure we're running back. Touch somebody.
Pleading for his team, Greg, to be more physical and aggressive.
Something we hear often from Coach Carlisle, urging his team to play tough and physical.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Devin Harris, and it's Kleba in at the 5 down low. We know James Harden joined Durant and Westbrook in winning league MVP honors, Doris. Had those three stayed together in Oklahoma City, is there any doubt in your mind that they would have won at least one NBA championship?
Well, you think back to the time they worked together, and they did go to an NBA Finals and ended up being eliminated by LeBron James and the Miami Heat. So obviously, you like the opportunity they would have had to go to more. And let's give a little credit to the great GM of the Oklahoma City franchise, Sam Presti, who is responsible for the drafting of 3 MVP candidates. That in and of itself is quite remarkable. But you know this, Kevin. Success and failure, there is such a fine line. And there's a tenuous nature to things, an injury at the wrong time. So many times this trio was tripped up by an untimely situation. So, I mean, if they stay together, yes, you like their chances, but this is why history states otherwise.
One shot, gentlemen.
That one misses for Evans. Dallas shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Here's Brunson. Comes up empty down low. The Warriors have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Evans, good.
I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
Now here is Harris. Here's Brunson. No good that time. The drive by Lee. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lee's got 6 points in the quarter. And it's Harris with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Stolen by Evans. Inside. Low block shot on the way. Again, Golden State.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Can they get it? Finney-Smith. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Lee goes in. That shot is off.
Boy, it's tough to see how he misses that one. I don't think the defense was all that tight on him.
There's the three. Brunson, no good.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for three just slips away.
They get it back, and they pick up two.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Harris. Doris, what is your solution to the controversy surrounding one and done?
Kevin, I believe the one and dones will be a thing of the past, and I think it will happen shortly. And the reason that can now become a viable option is the G League holds the key. You can now allow players to enter into the minor league straight out of high school. If they raise the salary of those G League players, then it helps across the board.
And here are the Mavericks now, following the score by Golden State. Passes to Brunson. It's stolen by Bell. And now the fast break. Bell with the ball. And Evans gets it to go on the assist by Bell. Evans has got 7 points for the quarter.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Well, typically speaking, transition points are high percentage looks. Get out and go, that's their philosophy. I'll tell you, that play was not as easy as he made it look. A moving target, it has to be perfectly placed, really pretty.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Harris passes to Brunson. Back to Harris. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Bell. Bell's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's McKinney. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Yes. And so it's Dallas with it. Here's Brunson. You always hear coaches preaching consistency. Doris, what enables that kind of night in, night out reliability?
Well, I think a lot goes into it, and you can start with pride, Kevin. If you're putting in the kind of preparation necessary, then you're going to take a certain amount of pride in the things you do on a night-by-night basis. Things aren't always going to go your way, but it's not how you end the night. It's how do you respond in the middle of the game when things are going against you. Calls haven't gone your way, or perhaps there's a bad matchup. What's your response? So a lot of things go into consistency, and it's why we take special pride covering players who pride themselves on being available.
And one of the most admired things you have, too, as well.
Correct. Michael Jordan loved to play every night.
Dallas has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Harris drives in, takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
Yeah, that's just straightforward basketball from Harris. Driving to the hoop with purpose and not letting anyone, or anything for that matter, slow him down.
Well, that's not easy to box out like that. It's just great footwork, and that gave him just the time he needed.
He gets it in there.
Really well done on that assist. He sees the target inside and puts it right into the hands.
Here's Evans. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
I'll tell you, this guy will not stop pouring it on. It doesn't matter what approach they've tried to use against him. He has had an answer for everything. Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
Mavericks with the rebound. Here's Brunson. A nice shot by Harris.
Don't you just love that mindset there? Stay one step ahead of the defense the whole time. Great approach.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up on Sunday. They'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. And that's good news as they are loaded up with home games over the next stretch. This is the chance to create some separation.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
Evans can't cash in from close range.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
Brunson, good. Brunson's got 12 points in just the second half.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Evans, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Livingston's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. And here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Harris kicks to Kleba. Back to Harris. Pass to Brunson. The three-pointer off the mark. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Livingston. The putback. The second effort. Mejri with the rebound. Mejri's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brokoff covered by Lee. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-up player strategy, and I think that we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
Harris outside. Here's Brunson. And the basket good by Mejri.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Here's Evans. It's rebounded by Dallas. Dallas with the ball. They're on an 18-6 run. To the paint. Here's Brunson. He's covered by Livingston. And Harris wide open. He shoots. The three-pointer no good.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
And he gets it to go. Bell's got 14 points now in the second half.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
Harris passes to Brunson. Here's Mejri. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
I'll tell you, they're willing to give him that shot, and he takes advantage of it.
Dallas has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. With the teardrop, Evans with the rebound. Golden State's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Yes, that goes in.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
Here's Brunson. Down low. Here's Kleba. Brokoff, covered by Lee. The second chance effort. Mejri misses. The Warriors shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. Here's Evans, and it's Golden State with another.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
But it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game.
Here's Bell. He just cannot miss. 8 up, 8 in. Flawless.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Brunson, good.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Kept alive. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. McKinney's got 6 here in this quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kevin Durant.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
And he makes the first. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout.
Timeout for Golden State.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, this is a decent free throw shooter, and where Powell could help himself is getting to the line a little bit more.
No good on the second free throw. Golden State's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Jerebko kept alive. Here's Lee. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
And on the road, silencing the crowd. What a dominant performance.
Well, they took control of this game from the outset, a commanding all-around performance and an important road win.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed. Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Finney-Smith passes to Powell. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Lee pulls it down. Livingston dishes to Uredko. And there's another turnover by the Warriors.
Yeah, that's a pass he's got to catch. Maybe just starting to relax a little too much with that lead.
And here's Smith. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Very intense game tonight. How did you guys keep your emotions in check?
Well, we love a physical game, and we're not going to back down from anything. This is a great team. We respect them. They've been playing well this year, but we wanted to come in here and get a win, especially after losing last game.
Yeah, you turned it around and got that W and maybe turned things around. Thanks, KD. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.